Some would say that until you have an intervention delivered and a comparative sham intervention and shown that one is much better than the other, you can't say that the placebo is not the primary reason why there's any differences. Have you done that kind of work, and can you explain, what was done and what were the results?
Yeah, so we did that study between, we got multiple NIH grants to do that study in Boone County, Kentucky, which was where my farm was at the time. It's where the sort of CVG, the Greater Cincinnati International Airport, is in Boone County, Kentucky. They had some unfortunate Title IX lawsuits. They had a slew of ACL injuries, and we came in at the right time with this proposal. So yes, what we did is we tested and we trained every 6 to 12-year-old kid, a 12th grade kid. So 6th grade, which is around 11, 12 years old, through high school, through 12th grade, so through 17, 18, 19-year-old kids in an entire county school system. And what we used was a cluster randomized design. It was randomized by team, because basically you can't individually train at, that volume, thousands of kids. So we cluster randomized it by team. And yes, we had a sham intervention. This sham intervention was designed just to increase. It was a study we'd done early, and the protocol we'd come up with just to increase speed. So it was just a straight ahead, single plane speed program, basically resisted band training, that sort of training. So, which we would not hypothesize would affect someone's frontal plane control. These studies are published. Well, there's multiple publications in 2015, 2016, 2017 in American Journal of Sports Medicine, in Medicine, Science, Sports, and Exercise, that detail these studies that included the sham intervention and the test intervention. And we demonstrate clearly that those interventions targeted to these neuromuscular imbalances dropped those neuromuscular imbalances in the athletes that got that training relative to the sham intervention, along with dropping injury risk. So yeah, those studies are published and have been done. Those were long-term National Institutes of Health funded studies, and demonstrated just what you pointed out, that just as we hypothesized, it was especially focused at trunk control. Trunk neuromuscular control is where we really focused. We didn't focus down on the knees. Our hypothesis is if we could teach someone just to be a less trunk dominant athlete and have better core control, that was going to improve the other profiles, the other neuromotor imbalances. And we didn't want to bias the population. So we just did what we called TNMT, trunk neuromuscular training. And what we showed was indeed that approach decreased trunk dominance, but it also decreased leg dominance, ligament dominance, and quad dominance in those individuals with that intervention compared to the sham intervention.
Hear the entire episode for free on iTunes, Spotify, other favorite podcast players, or go to mechanicalcareforum.com.